What's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. So Hasbro Pulse put out this here yesterday, and they said the Spider-Man are here, introducing one of the most anticipated drops in the Marvel Legends series collection, the Spider-Man No Way Home Multiverse Edition 3-pack. Inspired by the epic final battle in Spider-Man No Way Home, web-slinger Peter Parker, in his integrated nanotech suit, enlists the help of a couple of new friends to save his city: friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and the amazing Spider-Man. Featuring all three cinematic Spider-Man superheroes in their unique attire together for the first time in Marvel Legends history. These figures include updated movie-authentic sculpting detail and a new premium deco with painted web lines on all three suits. Available now for pre-order for Pulse Premium members and for all fans beginning at 2 PM ET exclusively on Hasbro Pulse. They thought, by the way, that this was going to be super popular. They weren't expecting what happened. They weren't expecting people to first of all be absolutely furious about the fact that this was a Pulse Premium member pre-order. So basically people that have bought into a subscription service from Hasbro to get the jump on everybody else, which a lot of people don't like, and in my opinion rightfully so. And then not only that then, but they decided to make it an exclusive for Hasbro Pulse. So they've basically just given the two fingers to international fans, because there's only a Hasbro Pulse located in the United States, in the UK, and in Germany as we speak at the moment, from what I understand. And they only ship to those countries. So the USA to themselves, the UK to themselves, and Germany to themselves. This has really angered fans, and I 100% agree with them. Now, the thing is, to look at it like this is, well, if that's the way you want to behave with fans all know that these figures are going to come out later on down the line, maybe with a swappable head, or maybe some sort of single release, or maybe in a 2-pack with the villains. Who knows what they'll do, because they're not going to just do these molds once and then leave them there. We've seen that as well with the likes of the Apocalypse mold. They've used that now, I think, on 2 occasions since the original Build-A-Figure, and they know that the Build-A-Figure is popular. They know that it's something that gets people to buy it because they see the aftermarket prices, and what they will do is they will do slight adjustments to it to improve it in a way, and they will re-release it then. So that's what they've done with the VHS version. Like, they can call it whatever they want. To me, it's the VHS version, and then they have the Age of Apocalypse version. So this is exactly what will happen. So if you're someone that can't get this through Hasbro Pulse, don't panic is what I would say, because they don't make new molds to just put them exclusively into sets and not sell them on later down the line. There are instances where that does happen though, don't get me wrong. There are 1 or 2 instances for sure where they have made a mold exclusively and it's been put into a set, and that's it. Nobody seems to know as well too what the story is with Sony, because you haven't seen, say for example, a Tom Hardy head coming with the Venom. We haven't seen a Carnage figure yet. We haven't seen a Morbius figure yet. And some of the other characters then from the Sony universe haven't been popped in to the Marvel Legends line. And it does seem very odd. So who knows what the logistics are with that. Andrew Garfield is also allegedly another logistics issue, insofar as they couldn't get the license for No Way Home for Andrew Garfield. So what Hot Toys have done, who I'm talking about, Hot Toys have decided to license The Amazing Spider-Man 2 again and release a different version of a haircut for Peter Parker, played by Andrew Garfield. And it's very strange, and a lot of the movements that are happening behind the scenes seem to be weird. Even with the design here for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, some of the decisions that are being made at a corporate level are clearly affecting what's going on into the action figure industry. And a lot of people are saying, well, what's the story there? The one that gets a lot of fans peeved as well too, so that's your issue, is the first thing, which is it's a Pulse Premium exclusive, which was basically sticking the fingers up at everybody in specific countries, which they didn't like. And then it stuck the fingers up then at our international fans by saying, well, you can't get it now. And then the third thing was, you got the issue with that is at hand, which is no alternate head sculpts here for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Not many people cared about the Tom Holland one, because there's a load of Tom Holland head sculpts floating around out there in the Marvel Legends line. So not too many people were bothered about that, but they were bothered about this. I would suggest that there's probably going to be single pack releases, or either a 2-pack release with these Spider-Men again, and they'll come with alternate heads. Now, this is the thing. Marvel Legends and Hasbro have done people dirty in the past, and it wouldn't shock me if you were to get an unmasked head that came with, say, a battle damaged suit. That wouldn't shock me now at all, because they're trying to sell different versions of the same figure so that you will buy the newer version, because I would find it unlikely that they will release this version with no alternate head and then say, okay guys, we're going to release the exact same version with an alternate head. It doesn't seem likely. Another thing that bothers me as well too is the likelihood that this is going to be plastic free packaging, which means that if you've got some sort of paint error on either one or two or even all three of these Spider-Men, that's a dud as well too, as far as I'm concerned. So these are issues as well too that are cropping up for a lot of people, and some people that are inbox collectors don't like that either. The next issue that you also have, this set is actually, funnily enough, riddled with issues. You've got the Tom Holland Spider-Man that they spent a couple of minutes talking about how they added paint lines to the suit, which should have been there anyway in the first place. But they still have the gauntlets here on the Spider-Man hand, on the Spider-Man arm I should say, or forearm I should say, even more correctly. These gauntlets weren't anywhere near the Spider-Man forearm in the scene that they're trying to pull from. So again, this is another lazy attempt by Hasbro in showing you and trying to wow you with black lines being painted into the suit, but something that is very easy to see for a lot of fans that are out there that notice this stuff, and fans we are that notice these things are bothered by these things, because it just shows that this could be another lazy cash grab. And what will happen most likely is you will buy these two Spider-Men here, which you're buying the set for anyway, because let's face it, I'm not a big fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but they will possibly release another version, so a third version of this Spider-Man suit with no gauntlets on it, because they have that line that's running as well too, this Infinity Saga line, and then they're even taking older molds like the Black Panther one and they're releasing it as well too under a little subline there of Black Panther. Like, this is some of the stuff that's happening now, and why I'm saying this and why this is bothering a lot of people is this is, from what I understand, up on the Hasbro UK site for in and around £99. That's a lot of money for the three of this. It's in and around $90 odd, in and around $100 from what I understand, between $90 and $100 to get this set also. So that's a massive price increase. And not only that, then a lot of people feel like they're being shortchanged, particularly, okay, they're getting swappable hands, which I'm always happy with. I will admit that I'm not too disappointed with no alternate heads, but they do spend an awful lot of time in this specific scene without the masks on, so you know, you can understand why people are peeved at that. But to then go and put this Spider-Man out here with that inaccuracy that's so glaring, just it reeks of not caring at all. Like I said, it's in your face there as well too, which is the worst thing. And they tried to go through saying, oh guys, we painted the lines. Yeah, that's great, it is, but anybody that's half decent with a Sharpie or a pen or a paint pen or paint in general, they have already done this with the previous version of Spider-Man. So again, you might have issues that you're going to run into, which is people deciding to, with this plastic free packaging, I'm only saying, I'm not suggesting people should do this, I'm not saying nor advocating people do this, but you might see people that return this set if there's a bum version of the Tobey Spider-Man or a bum version of the Andrew Spider-Man, and then they send in back the original Spider-Man from No Way Home that you put out there without the painted lines. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not suggesting people should do that, I'm not endorsing people to do that, but it's a possibility. Here's the Tobey Spider-Man. Looks good. The articulation looks decent as well too. This is a digital render as well. To me, the hands are probably a little bit too small here, particularly with the fisted hands. I mean, it looks kind of stumpy here, as you can see. Again, look, it's a digital render. I suppose that's the thing. A lot of fans talked about it at the time, and I do agree with them, which is this version of Spider-Man, because it's a specific version, it wouldn't take much to repaint this and have the black suit from Spider-Man 3. It wouldn't take much to probably get away with doing Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, maybe a different head sculpt, and they will probably get away with that. So that's what I'm talking about, reuse, and how they will just use this mold maybe 2 or 3 times now in the future. You've got anniversaries coming up and stuff like that. They're 100% going to be releasing all these things, you know what I mean? And then you've got the Amazing Spider-Man. This is my personal favourite, and the fact that this version is taller than the other two, I think is very good on their parts, that they've paid that attention to detail. But if they're out to pay that attention to detail, how come the gauntlets are still on Tom Holland's Spider-Man? You know what I mean? This one to me is the winner out of the three of them anyway. This is the Spider-Man I prefer the most and like the most. Andrew Garfield is a fantastic Spider-Man. I think this is the thing. I wasn't shocked to see such love for him in the No Way Home, because I personally think he's the best Spider-Man out of the three of them. I don't know, maybe it's just to do with myself and how I received Andrew Garfield, and I think that he was very accurate as Peter Parker and very accurate as Spider-Man. He's always shone to me, so it was nice to see him get a lot of props as well for what he did in No Way Home. I think that's excellent. But yeah, that looks good. Remember as well too, one of Hasbro's first movie waves did feature Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it didn't look half as good as this. Like, this is amazing, you know, pardon the pun there, but this does look very good. I will give them that. That's who I'm buying the set for if I was to buy the set. Again, it's not being offered to Ireland, so people that are here in this country are out of luck. Like I said there, it's coming with the alternate hands, 3 pairs of hands. Great stuff. Gauntlet still there though, you know what I mean? Like, it's it's crazy to think that they spend time saying, hey guys, we're updating this, and paying close attention, and you missed that, you know what I mean? Also as well too, what really struck me whilst watching the stream was, as you can see here, there's this awkward cut here for the articulation here, and the waist looks super weird, I think, anyway, on this Spider-Man. And then you have a look at this here, and this was, a lot of people might say, well, that looks like a bit of more of an awkward looking cut here. This is going to be way more posable. So this Tobey Maguire 40-year-old plus Spider-Man is going to be way more posable than this version of Spider-Man, which is supposed to be teenager Peter Parker played by Tom Holland. You know what I mean? It's strange anyway, to say the very least. And then you've got the Andrew Garfield one as well too, that has the articulation cuts, very similar to the G.I. Joe classified line. So these are going to be pretty articulated and very similar to the recent Spider-Man that they've released also, that has solid articulation. I am just really looking forward to this version if I can get my hands on it. This is the state that these things are in now. You might have to get it through a secondary market or somewhere else then to be able to get your hands on these, which I don't think is the way Hasbro should be going about it, and I think that that's annoyed and irritated fans as well, and a lot of people have multiple reasons as to why they're dipping out of this set. I've listed them throughout this video. I don't know whether you feel the same. Maybe drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Are you disappointed with no alternate heads? Are you disappointed with such another bad version of the Tom Holland Spider-Man? Are you very happy to see this set? Is this a set that you're very much so looking forward to? Or maybe you're kind of thinking and saying to yourself, well, actually, you know, I think you're right, Ninja Knight. I think I might wait and hold off and see what they do in the future. And if they get single releases, well, then I'd be happy to buy these two in a single release and not this one. You know what I mean? Also as well too, the price then as well too, if you're in these specific countries, is that putting you off too? And for a lot of people it would be, because when you're paying in and around €30, $30, £30 a figure, and you're getting this as one of them, it's not really enticing you too much now, is it? You know what I mean? I don't know how people feel. That's just the way I feel, and I said I'd put it to a video anyway. Looking forward to the Amazing Spider-Man if I can get my hands on that. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, close second, and then the Tom Holland one, not excited about that really, to be fair. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel, and talk to you later. Good luck.